Hello, and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm John. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving, or you had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had all the food you wanted.
Yeah.
It's Sean's favorite holiday.
It's one of my favorites.
Loves
probably my favorite.
The Thanksgiving.
I just love the cozy nature of it all. I've talked about it many times on this podcast, but I just like the idea of it's. I know it's like spending time with family. It's like I don't care.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Whatever. Family's family. If you're here, you're here. Great. I'm just here to eat some turkey and kind of hang out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have like a favorite dish? Is it the turkey?
Usually it's the turkey. I'd say the turkey is usually the star, because the thing is about stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can have stuffing anytime. And I like stovetop stuffing.
I know you do.
I know some people are like, I make my own stuff. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because you're putting weird shit in it. I don't care. And I know too, like I remember one time at the podcast you took for Bad Manners.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, doing their show, and there's like, oh, hey, Sean, you should insert what your favorite dish is. And I go, and I go stovetop stuff, and it's like, well, and so they responded to it, because I did it separate from the recording, and they responded, it's like, well, it's good, but there's like gelatin in it, so you can congeal it, right, whatever, and that's like animal products because it's a vegan, they're a vegan show, and I'm just like, but that's the only thing I like.
Can't be the only thing you like.
No. I've become more potato. I mean, potatoes are always a strong arrangement. Good contender.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes, I never really had them growing up, but they're nice. They're nice to have. Your family's corn chowder is always a plus.
No, it's not chowder. It's corn casserole.
Or corn casserole. Sorry.
Yeah.
Corn casserole. That's always a thing. Like
I know you love that.
Well, I mean, I like it, and our friend Joe, like, it changed his life. There's really no other way to put it. Like, he's one of those things where he'll text me. He's like, I've been dreaming about this dish.
It's so funny.
For no reason.
Corn casserole.
He's just like, I've been thinking about it. It's like, and he had his wife make it.
Yeah, I had to give her the recipe. My mom threatened to write me out of the will for that.
Well,
and I'm like, you got it from someone else. What are you yelling at me for?
Yeah, no, it's not yours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, also Pinterest. Like, there's no such thing as like, it's a family secret recipe. It's all over fucking Pinterest. So knock yourself out.
That's always a plus. And I'm actually been big into the peas. The peas mixture. Like I didn't always like peas.
Oh, okay.
I was always kind of, because it's a green food that's like not salad.
Yeah, I know.
So
you're a little bit weird about the vegetables and the fruits.
I've always been, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's taken me some time to get you okay with things. You didn't like pineapple.
No, I don't. Well, the thing too is like I never grew up with it. Like it wasn't
delicious.
I know it's delicious, but my family's not sitting around and be like, "Hey, let's have pineapple."
Mine is.
Yeah, I know, but like my family, my parents are like, what's that? An apple? Cool.
Yeah.
Or banana, but bananas were meant for old people. You didn't use bananas for anything else. Like we weren't a tropical family.
Oh, I see.
I mean, Brian can attest this. I mean, I'm sure I'm trying to think like the actual fruit, like pears. Like pears were the big.
I love a pear.
Here. But yeah, because we had the Bosc pears and the Bartlett pears growing from our tree.
Yeah.
So we were knee deep in pears.
I see that.
And pears don't get enough love.
That's true. They don't.
I feel like
they're delicious.
Like the people use them in things.
Pears are difficult because they get mushy real quick.
They do.
It's one of those things that you have to get it at the right time, or it's kind of like, what the fuck? Oh
yeah, the Bartlett, especially for the Bartlett pears.
Yeah.
Like those are excellent when they're not
squishy.
Like there's like a very fine.
It's like a banana. You have to eat it at the right. Well, for me, I have a very specific time I have to eat a banana, because if it does not adhere to my banana expectations, I don't like it.
Well, I know that's why we buy like 3 bananas, and then we, if I don't eat them,
or if I don't eat them,
yeah, but you never do.
That's not true. I do.
Yeah, you eat like one, and then you forget about the rest of them.
That's not true.
I'm not kidding.
No, I eat usually more than that if I can get them at the right time. And they have to be at the right time, or I don't want them because they taste, and this sounds crazy, too much like a banana.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll fuck with a hard banana. Like a firm banana. But also, I will do them in pretty much in like shakes.
Yeah. See, I don't like them like that. Then they taste too much like a banana.
Well, no, but I only let me say, but shake because it helps make the consistency of the shake better.
I totally get that, but for me, I'm just like, no. Because if I have like a banana strawberry, all I can taste is banana.
No.
But speaking of, in this book, there's a lady who likes bananas.
Oh yeah. She likes the red, white, and blue banana.
Man, we're gonna talk about her when we get there because I've never seen anybody with less fucking chill or just any ability to seduce than this woman.
You know what? Maybe we should just get into it because we kind of wax poetic on the bananas. Real quick, I just want to say, like, I went to locally. I went to House of Justice. They had their 9th anniversary event yesterday from when we're recording this, and I went there. And happy 9th anniversary! I doubt anybody there listens to us. Maybe they do. I don't know. There's somebody else had a podcast card there.
Oh,
I was like, oh, maybe we should get some more cards there so people can like. Check it out.
That might be a good idea.
It's a good store. If you're ever in the Denver area, and you want
to take a drive,
take a trek out to the suburbs, you might find it.
Yeah.
They had sets on sale for like 30% off.
Nice.
Like comic sets. They also had like, the buy 2 get 1 free for trades, which I think is fine. It's I would rather be buy 1 get 1 free. Because buy 2 is like, I was like, well, I gotta do this, and you're trying to like mix it. It's like, but the sets are cool. I got something called Gotham.
Oh shit! What? It's like Gotham People or something like that.
It's I'm blanking it. John Ostrander. It's not Gotham Knights.
No, it's not Gotham Knights, but it's like about people who live in Gotham who are not Batman.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And it's not Gotham Central. It's something else. It's like a 4-part miniseries.
What also is wild too is it's from the 80s. I think it's from like the 80s or early 90s. I've never heard of it.
Me either.
So I like when it's like something I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, cool. We'll dig into that.
Yeah.
And then also I picked up the recent World's Finest.
Yes.
Because Eclipso's in it. And I have, now that I have 3 in a row, we could probably do that for the show.
Oh, shit.
Talk about something current.
Oh, man. Look at us.
That'd be kind of neat.
And look at us.
Yeah, look at us.
According to the latest report from falsifiedstats.com, there are currently 12 million active comic book podcasts clogging up the internet superhighway, and 2.3 million new comic book podcasts are being created every single day. If you're looking for something a little different, then let me tell you about Mike's Comic Shop Roadshow. Mike travels the globe and visits comic shops along the way, talking to the owners or really just whomever happens to be minding the store that day. And it's through these conversations that you'll meet some wonderful people and learn how comic shops are run in places like Murfreesboro, Illinois, and Liverpool, New South Wales, Australia. So check out Mike's Comic Shop Roadshow, a truly unique comic book podcast among billions of the same old, same old. Find it now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Mike, and I approve this message.
But let's talk about this book. Let's just get ahead and run into it here. Captain America, number 319. This is the fireworks factory for me.
Okay.
Because of all the craziness, like as I've mentioned many times, reading talking about this Scourge of the Underworld. Yes. Wasting all these villains.
It's pretty great.
But it's like, again, reading the Marvel Handbook of the Marvel Universe, or the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. I saw a bunch of those in the Book of the Dead, and I was like, what the hell happened here?
They all got blown away.
They all got blown away. So
in basically a mass shooting event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
It's fucked up. And but it's just like something where it's like, I like when you get a lot of random people, because then I'm just like, who's that? What do they do?
Right.
And when we get to it, I'll have to ask you questions about maybe what you think about some of these people.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just curious, because like I barely know who some of these people are, and I think I know everything.
That's true, you do.
So there's that. Also, I just need to point out, last week we didn't do a proper episode. I did another recording of the random selection of the Marvel Universe Handbook, whatever, and I did pick Letha, who is in this book.
And she dies.
But we did talk about her.
Okay.
So if you have any thoughts on that, and you want to, actually, somebody pointed that out on our Facebook here. Somebody by the name of LFO. Oh
man, the band?
Well, it's spelled like phonetically.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like, oh man, the band is commenting.
but maybe, I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe they all share a Facebook account and they really like our show.
They all do. Yes. The entire band LFO.
So they ask, was this character inspired by the hugely talented actress Letha Weapons? I don't know if that's an actual actress. Maybe it is.
Is it a porn actress? Because it sounds like one.
It totally does.
Should I look it up?
I've never heard of Letha Weapons. I don't know if it's an 80s actress that did action pornos.
Professional porn star.
Oh, she's legit.
She's legit.
Oh.
Yes, I knew. I was like, that sounds like a porn star.
When was she active?
She is not that old, so she might still be. She was born in 1972.
Oh.
Full name Stephanie Smith. I'm trying to see if there's any other information about her here.
You have to go to the Internet Adult Film Database.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm on regular IMDb.
It's like IMDb, but for porn.
Oh, man. The last thing she did was in 2007, and it might have just been a compilation. Blue Ribbon Butt Fucks 3.
Oh, Blue Ribbon.
Damn, good for you, girl. Gangbang Bitches 18 in 1998. Okay, so I don't think she's active anymore.
Nice. When I graduated high school, she was in Gangbang Bitches.
Good for her.
She was doing good.
Briefly, let's see. Briefly left the adult film business, studied nursing, got married, and had a daughter.
Oh, a dirter.
Good
for her.
Yeah. Though she retired from the adult film industry in 2001, she was featured in a comeback pictorial in Score.
Yes.
With much smaller breasts due to the removal of the original implants that made her famous. So apparently she was stacked. She claimed the change was made due to safety and health concerns. That is not a surprise. I've heard about that. She makes appearances on stage in San Francisco as a regular dancer at the New Century Theater.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Hey, do it. A good story in porn.
You know what? Good for her. Sounds like she's doing all right. Oh, wait, here it is.
Uh-oh.
She was originally, no, this is not bad.
Oh.
She was originally known for having some of the largest breasts in the world, size 42 double H, which is insane, by the way. But says since changed her implants to a smaller size due to health concerns, she is, as of this writing, a 38 double F.
Still respectable?
Oh, definitely still respectable, but so much smaller than a 42 double H.
Wonder if she was bigger or smaller than Wendy Whoppers.
I don't know. Do I have to look that up too?
No, you don't.
Okay,
I'll do it later.
Okay, good.
I'll look it up later.
I'll let you. I'm like, no, my phone can't take it. I'm just on regular IMDb because I don't want my phone to start smoking in my hand.
It starts to like...
It's just like, you have all the viruses now.
A bunch of ghosts start coming out of it.
It's like, what are you doing looking up porn stars, lady?
Captain America, number 319.
Yes.
This is where it happens.
Mm-hmm.
This cover is Captain standing in the background, standing in the foreground, and you got like a yellow tinged like background of all these like characters. A lot of, they're all the victims or whatever.
Yeah.
If Cap can't stop Scourge, every supervillain on this cover will die.
That's okay.
Granted, it's 2024.
Yeah.
But who in 1986 looked at this cover and went, no, not
that guy.
The Ringer.
Great question. I don't know.
Captain Kraken. No.
I honestly, when I first read that guy's name, I thought it was Captain Karen. And I was like,
I like
would be better.
Captain Karen. Nice.
Just standing in a fucking Target screaming at people.
Anyways, so Captain America, its story is called Overkill. And Captain is on this page here. He's in the middle of fighting Blacklash, who is a villain, an Iron Man villain typically. But for whatever reason, he's in the midst of a small battle with the Cap.
Can we talk about his ponytail?
Yes.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like a reason, because he's got kind of like a cowl on there, but then he has like a very large green ponytail sprouting out of the top of it.
Right. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And he's always looked like that.
Oh, all right.
It wasn't just like a thing where out of nowhere.
I'm assuming he doesn't. Have you ever seen him uncostumed?
That's a good question. I don't think I have.
Yeah.
He was in the Iron Man cartoon. He was one of those guys. He was known as Whiplash there.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Because honestly, when I thought it was Backlash. And then I was like, Blacklash. I'm like, but what?
I don't know what the Blacklash part of it is. Is
it because his costume's black?
I mean, his costume's black, but like you could also call yourself Whiplash. Unless if they...
Or Backlash, that's fine too.
They had somebody else, because they had somebody else that was related to that character. This is the character that was based, that
the Mickey Rourke
character, although...
Well, he didn't have green hair.
No. He didn't have hair. And he's this guy. And also this guy's name is Mark. It's not whatever Russian guy Mickey Rourke played.
Yeah.
So he's having a fight with Captain America. Captain throws his shield into Blacklash's hand.
And it basically like breaks his hand. And
then the cops show up. And apparently we're in Cleveland.
Yes, we're in Cleveland. And he's like, you're not supposed to be here. Your territory is whatever city it's supposed to be in, New York, I guess. And he's like, no, all America is my city or whatever.
Hey, I'm not Captain New York.
I mean, he has a point. He is not Captain New York.
I will do what I want. Captain America, do what he wants.
You know, that actually would be kind of fun if you did like a series where there's various captains like all over and every city has one. So it's like Captain Cleveland.
Captain Cleveland, I like that.
Yeah, like
can we just
Captain Buffalo. Captain Miami.
That's a Josh Allen. Except he hands the shield over to the villains. I was going to
say he probably missed like 9 out of 10 times. They catch it, just throw it right back.
Yeah, they just throw it back, and then he loses all the time, and the villains get away.
So he gets arrested, whatever, and he's like, "But I'm going to die anyway because haven't you heard about this villain?" And he's like, "He's coming after all of us costume villains," and I'm like, "Take off the costume." Like,
yeah, don't wear the costume.
If you want to continue to rob, just don't wear the costume.
I don't know. We don't know for certain though if
he knows who they are.
Here's the thing though. Well, actually, I do need to. Well, few things. There's a thing here. So Captain America, in an earlier issue, like a couple, maybe like 10 issues before this, I think it might actually be related to the thing that you were bringing up about how there was the constrictor, and he's in the hospital.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's not wearing his costume, but he does get attacked.
Okay, so
by a nurse, a woman posing as a female nurse.
Okay,
Scourge is doing that, and he tries to kill Constrictor, but he doesn't. But I don't know for certain if it's a thing where the Scourge knows what these people look like in their civilian identities.
He knows their name or whatever.
Or he knows their names or whatever. Like he might just know them publicly, most of them as who they portray themselves to be. So there's a lot of questions about Scourge and his the methods about how he kind of does this, because I've been trying. I kind of posit that in that entry that we did with Letha, because she, one of her coworkers, Titania, is murdered in the shower of in a women's shower because the Scourge was posing
wrestling thing.
Yes, yeah, because the Scourge was posing as another female wrestler,
right? But
that was just the outfit they were using. We don't know if they are female, if they're male, if they I think
it's a guy.
It's considered to be a guy, but also I just wonder, and I wish I knew if there's like an actual supernatural element to it.
Oh, where they can change gender.
Yeah,
there's a really bad X-Files episode about that.
Okay,
just FYI, where they like change. It's really bad. It's probably one of the oof. It's like first or second season.
Oh, I thought all the early seasons were good.
No, not all of them. I mean, most of them, but there are a couple where you're like, oof, like you get to an episode like Space, which is in the first season, and you're just like, what the fuck's wrong with this show? But anyway.
Yeah, so Cap's about to punch this guy in the face, and he's like, I give up, but I'm going to be dead anyways. I'm just trying to make enough money to keep my mom in good shape.
That's right. He's literally like, I'm trying to rob because I would just want to make sure that my mom can afford rent and food while I'm in jail or dead.
Well,
either or. And you're like, well, that's actually like a really nice thing to do.
Yeah. And the what's his face? The Blacklash is like, yeah, because the Melter, like our friend the Melter, my buddy the Melter, who's like, I think both of them were Masters of Evil.
Sure.
Know by the way, voiced by Eddie Pepitone in the MODOK cartoon.
That's amazing.
I always remember that because it's Eddie Pepitone.
Oh yeah.
Because Cap is like, hey, so do you know anything about that? And he's like, well, this is what I know.
Yeah.
And Cap is like, I had no idea the Melter was dead. I'm going to go check this out.
Yeah.
Now we jump to the Serpent Society where Sidewinder is the leader of the. No, this is Death Adder's
dead.
Dead.
Sorry. Death Adder's dead. Yes.
Yeah. Sidewinder is holding him, and he's like, because they found where his ship crashed and they teleported where they needed to go.
They found his ship and they found him eventually.
They found the ship. They found the ship, but they found him, Death Adder, in the morgue.
Oh, that's right. He does say he was in the morgue.
Which I think is, how do you know he's in the morgue?
I don't know. Maybe that's something they do. They're just like, we can't find a guy. Check the morgue.
I want to understand whether or not, figure out how they fit Death Adder completely into one of those drawers.
Well, he looks like he's like a regular human.
But his tail is huge. And you can't just like...
Where's his tail?
It's like on his back of his waist.
Am I looking at it? I mean, I'm assuming those things have to be very long because you have to put large people in there. Like, you know, it's not just going to be like, what happens when
Kevin... they make it seem so small and cozy.
What happens when Kevin Nash dies? It's just going to sit there open with his fucking head sticking out of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
poor Kevin Nash. Jesus.
He's like, what, 6'8" or something crazy?
He's 7 foot.
Yeah, he's 7 feet tall. So they have to be able to fit large humans inside.
Damn it, Bob. You didn't close the Kevin Nash drawer again.
I can't. I'll squish his head if we do. They might have like an actual like walk-in freezer.
That's true.
They in the X-Files, Scully gets stuck in one. And there's many bodies.
A corpse freezer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Of many bodies. Okay. So like when you have you don't have enough drawers. So maybe they just stick him in the walk-in.
Possibly. He's still in his costume, though, and he has a gigantic, like, hole in his chest.
Well, he's dead.
Right, because he got shot, but you don't really see, like, it's just a black hole.
Neat.
Which I think is kind of fun. And the Super Society is like, yo, we got to get some vengeance here.
Yeah.
I think this is Anaconda here. I think she's the one that went to wrestling. So she missed the wrestling. She missed his, if she was with him, maybe he wouldn't have died.
Yeah, she went to watch WWE. WrestleMania 1, I believe, is what we deduced.
Quite possibly. And Sidewinder is like, we will avenge you. And he takes his mask off here.
Yeah, and he just looks like a dude.
That's what frustrates me, because for a long time, I would look at these characters, right? Mm-hmm. And so take, for example, there's the villain, the Jackal.
Mm-hmm.
That Spider-Man fights.
Yeah.
And he has a mask and looks like a demon-y guy. He's got like ears and he's green and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then like he'll take it off and he's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
And I just don't get like how these masks are so like they fit people's faces so well.
Maybe they have like structural stuff on the inside.
I mean, clearly they do, but it's just like, because like this Sidewinder mask, it looks like Red Skull, but burgundy.
Yeah. Burgundy skull.
Burgundy skull. And he just takes it off and he's just a Micro Machine guy.
He is 100%.
So
he actually does have like a receding hairline and all that.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
So it's kind of disappointing, but so they're going to go figure that out. Now we jump back to the bar with no name.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, if the Scourge didn't kill all these people, they would have died by all this smoke inhalation.
I was going to say, they're all dying of fucking emphysema. Like
there's so much
lung cancer. They are all gone. But I mean, this is what year was this?
86.
You could smoke in fucking Denny's in 1986. Like,
you can smoke anywhere. You
could smoke on a fucking airplane then. Like, this is just very part of the course for back then.
Yeah, and so we get, some we introduced a few people here with Gary Gilbert, aka Firebrand. He was there last week.
Yeah, and he's the one who's trying to get this meeting together.
And he's talking to Letha, who's there, and she's like, I'm here to I want to beat up, I want to get him because of my friend was killed.
Yeah.
And then she's also sitting with Jaguar, who he's another guy with the weird mask. Because I have to show you a picture of him, what he looks like. Because he looks like he's got like more hair. Like he doesn't look anything like he does in this book. It's just like he got like a new costume just to get killed in or something.
Oh, nice. Well, at least he had nice new duds.
Yeah. So Cap heads back to his van, wherever it is, outside of Cleveland.
Yep, and gets back in it. And he's like, "Oh, I better check. I'm doing some cross-referencing on my Stars and Stripe computer, or whatever the fuck it's called."
Yep.
And then he's like, "Oh, I should go check on this guy and whatever he calls himself. He's in like a mental institution.
Fool killer.
And he's like, oh, like you're the second person who's gone by the name Fool Killer.
Well, you forget to mention that in the meantime, Captain America decides to draw his own pages of Captain America.
That's right. I forgot. He has to go turn his pages into his editor. I forgot about that.
Which is crazy because, when... I feel like even if you're a freelance artist, you're sitting at a drawing table and doing this. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to draw. So I couldn't tell you how this works. Because I don't know if Todd McFarlane just sat in a van and just drew Spider-Man and sent it in.
You could.
You could, but I'm saying, for it to be as good as Marvel Comics worthy.
Maybe people who are really good. I don't know. But
I would imagine Todd McFarlane's really good. Yeah. But is Cap? I don't know.
I assume that Cap didn't have to actually like drive to drop them off. He could have just.
No, he just put them in the mail. He just over here.
Oh, good. Okay. I was like, did he like?
Because he's like, haha, I don't have a permanent address. Fuck them.
Yeah. He's like, but I've never missed deadline, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Good for you, Cap.
So we get some of the updated stats here about people that were killed. I always forget there's one of the guys, his name Megatack, who looks like a transformer, but it's a guy. It's weird. And so he's trying to figure out, he's like, well, maybe it's Punisher. And he's like, no, he doesn't do disguises. Who could it be? And so, but we do get a quick montage of the Serpent Society.
Fighting people.
What
does AIM stand for in this world?
Advanced Integrated Mechanics.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, American Indian Movement?
No. It's always, yeah.
I was trying to think of what it meant. I was like, it can't mean that. So I just wanted to check.
This is where the Circus of Crime people are.
Oh, yeah.
This is where Anaconda's beating those people up.
Nice.
And then we just get like, out of nowhere, we just have one of the characters. I don't know if this is who this is. I think this is Asp. Or one of them. She just went to Death Adder's parents' house and just said, your son is dead.
They like go and break the news to the parents.
So your son,
a villain.
Your son, who was a villain, so he
also a snake.
Also snake, also mute, also had a gigantic tail, but
R.I.P.D.
Also dead.
Yeah. We will send his body to you? Question mark? What are they going to do with it?
I don't know. Just put it out there. Put it.
I mean, are they going to give it to his parents so they could bury him, or are they just going to be like,
what they should do is they should make a tail for his body, a coffin for his body, and a coffin for his tail.
Oh,
and just put those separately.
Maybe they just send one to one group and one to the other.
Or maybe they should. It's a mechanical tail or some sort of a biological. So maybe they could do something with that. He's like, look, if you want to harvest these for parts. He had some poison tip things. Maybe you can get some stuff on the black market here.
Or you could just cremate him and like give half and half.
Yeah.
Just be like, here's half of your ashes. We'll take the rest and, I don't know, scatter them amongst what do snakes like? Rocks?
Mice? Damp
sun? Like
damp areas?
They're gonna go sit
swamps?
Swamps.
My son the snake loved this swamp. So yeah, very tragic. But Firebrand, you were talking again with Firebrand, and he's interacting with the Ringer, who comes in to talk to him about this because Firebrand's like, "Hey, bartender, that certainly won't kill us.
Yeah,
why don't you stock up on your locker?
Make sure you got a lot of booze because everybody's coming.
We're all gonna drink. I'm gonna have like 50 people here.
Nice."
And he totally doesn't.
He has a lot of people.
According to the bar owner, business has been slow.
Oh, that's right. He was like, oh, man, I can't wait for all these people to come because business has sucked recently.
I've been trying to do the open mic nights.
It's not working. Nobody's showing up. So, I mean, it doesn't help that we look closed.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a giant sign on top of a thing plastered over the sign. It literally says closed on it.
Right.
So people driving around, looking for a place to stop and get emphysema and can't come in here. So, okay. So we go to outside of Indiana, we go to probably the nicest looking mental hospital.
Oh, yeah. It's a really nice one.
Yeah. I think it's the mental hospital that Sam Neill is in. And,
in the Mouth of Madness.
In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Captain America goes to see Fool Killer. And Fool Killer, who is known for having an MO for shooting people that he deems to be evil or, he's a villain, but he's one of those like, I'll shoot anybody kind of guys. And he's lost his mind and he just starts speaking some gibberish.
Yes.
But this is where we get to see finally where Cap meets the love of his life.
Is she really?
Oh, yeah, they go on to date in the future.
I know they date in the future, but I was like, oof, what a meeting. I guess what we are learning here is that if you really want to catch the attention of a costumed man, climb a building. Because guess who's climbing a fucking building and Cap yanks her right on down.
This is Diamondback. We haven't mentioned who this was. So Diamondback, she was around the previous issues in the Serpent Society. And she also was in an earlier scene in this book where she's like, hey, I just came in and just heard about this. What's going on? And she's like, oh, go talk to Fool Killer.
Yes. Her costume is very bright. It's very pink.
Oh, yeah. She's rocking hardcore fuchsia hair and stuff like that. And
but she's basically a human just wearing a costume.
Yeah.
So he yanks her down and she falls and he catches her.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what are you doing? She's like, I'm from the Serpent Society. Yay. I'm a criminal. I mean, not really. She's crazy, by the way. She just will not shut up. And he puts her down and she's like, but I liked being in your arms. And he's like, what?
He's like, yo, so what are you doing here? It's like, oh, guess we're going to talk to the thing. And I just like, she's just like, hey, you want to share intel? And Cat's just like, I don't trust this woman.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's fun. I think it's funny too, because like every time they draw her, she only has like the same expression on her face. Like,
yeah,
it's just,
she's very excited.
Like she's just smiling, but it's just the white like teeth with no lines.
Yeah, and she's very, very excited, and she's very happy to like tell Cap all about her life, about how she, had brothers, but she never had any good influences, which is why she's a criminal or something.
Well,
so we get into that.
I do appreciate her mentioning the deaths of MODOK and Porcupine, which we've covered.
Yes.
I think it was Porcupine. And she's like, I didn't have anything to do with that. And it just reminds me that Porcupine died because he tripped. He fell on one of his own, like,
that's right.
One of his own gimmicks. And
that would
stabbed
be
him
me.
in the heart.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be me. It'd be like, look at this suit. I'm invisible. Fall.
Yep. Oh, I killed myself. Well, great.
Cap's desperate for like intel.
Yeah.
On all this.
And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and listen to what this woman has to say.
I'll get on her weird bug ship.
Yeah, she does have a really weird bug ship. And she's like, yeah, but apparently it's like, he's like, oh, I recognize this as like AIM technology. Yeah. They must have stolen this or whatever.
Yeah.
So she gets, so as they're running to the ship, though, she's like, wow, what a hunk. I'd love to go on a hard date with him. And I'm like,
heavy date.
Heavy date. I'm like,
what's a heavy date?
A heavy date. Like, is that one that ends in sex?
I think
like,
that is.
I
think that's what you do when you're just starting out. You go up to a girl. It's like, I like to take you on a light date.
A light date. So you're not expecting sex is the light date?
Yeah, you just kind of have to infer that. But if you go, if you just later on you text her, you just go heavy date. LFG.
That's heavy date. LFG.
And then that's how you know it's on.
Oh, wow.
That's how you know it will only end in sex.
I expect that text next time. We're going to go out to dinner. I better get a heavy date text. But like,
well, she's like, I'll even stop being a villain because I'm so horny right now.
I know. And I'm like, okay, this is the thing. She has no chill. There's no like sex appeal. There's no, I don't know. Maybe
she's not flirting with him.
She's not flirting with him. She's not even like attempting to.
Well, doesn't kind of Catwoman kind of do that?
No, she does double like entendres. She has innuendos. There's a lot of that going on. In addition to, but she is. I've never seen Catwoman just be like, you know what? I'm going to kill both of us unless you fuck me right now. Which is what.
Hey, there's always time for something new.
And I'm like, you need some innuendo, honey. You need to like get his fucking engine running because this just like, hey, we're on a ship and if you don't fuck me, I'm just going to kill us both.
So real quick, we just jump back to the bar and what's his face? Firebrand has got some scanning equipment.
Yeah.
For the Tinkerer who is allowing them to see if there's going to be any chicanery. He's like, well, nobody's going to get in here with certain weapons or anything like that.
Yeah.
Except
we just didn't check the bartender.
The bartender, you're fine. You're wearing a Muscle Beach t-shirt.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You're cool.
Yeah.
So we get what's her face? Diamondback's origin story where it's 3 panels.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a couple, but it's 4 panels. But like it's one panel is her being the post for her brother pushing somebody over her doing that gimmick.
Yep.
And because she didn't have any family or anything like that.
It's very strange because she's like, I really had a horrible childhood. I had a lot of brothers, so I had to like be friends with them. And I just did whatever they wanted and did what they did because, I wanted to be accepted by them. Even when my brother started robbing candy stores. And at the age of 15, my brother, who was 17, was murdered. And that's why my childhood was bad. And I'm like, you had a childhood. And then as a teenager, your brother got killed. Like that's.
Yeah, but all the way up to then, she was probably just being a scamp. Just fight, do stealing things and being well,
it doesn't look like he started stealing until later. And then he got murdered by the cops, by the way.
Yeah.
So she definitely says ACAB.
Father died when I was young. My mother was always working. So I did everything with my brother, big brother.
Yeah.
So at some point she met up with somebody named, or one of her other brothers introduced her to a guy
named Pete. His name is Pete. And he gave her those little Sharpie things. And she goes, well, I'm not going to tell you what I gave Pete in return. And I'm like, gee, what could it possibly be?
This might be Paste Pot Pete.
I don't know who it is, but she either fucked him or gave him a blowjob. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Maybe an HJ.
Maybe give her that paste.
Gross.
I don't know. But he gave her what her weapon is. It's like they're diamond.
Yeah, they look like crystals.
They're diamonds that have like explosives, and she's very good at throwing them, and she's also very good at doing gymnastics. And
sure,
so she until she hooked up with the society, and now she is Diamondback.
Yeah, and so now she's like, you know what? How about you fuck me now? And he's like, I don't. At first, I thought. This panel here at the bottom, these two panels confuse me because what Cap says is like, I thought he said, I don't take that lightly.
That kind of thing lightly.
That's what I thought he said.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Let me see. Give me that. I thought it said something different because maybe I misread it because I thought I read it twice.
Well, she says something. I forgot what you gotta read the previous thing because she says something to him about like,
how'd you like to throw away your inhibitions and let me show you a real good time? Sorry, Diamondback, I don't like that kind of thing lightly. It says like.
Oh.
I thought it should be take. It says like.
But he likes it heavy.
She likes it heavy. She's the one who wants to go on the heavy date.
Then what's he saying? He doesn't like that thing lightly.
I don't understand what I'm like, did you put the wrong word here? And then, so she says, sorry, Diamondback, I don't like that kind of thing lightly.
Yeah.
Which, what? And then she says, who said anything about love? Nobody, literally no one.
No, she didn't say anything. She just wants to
no one said fucking shit about love.
Well, because immediately after this, she grabs the ignition key of this ship.
Yeah, and puts it in her fucking shirt.
Puts it in her costume, and Cap's like, okay.
And she's like, well, if you don't fuck me right now, you have to like reach for the ignition key because I just cut all the power.
Yeah, well, it's just like it's just shutting off a car. I guess that's how this operates.
Can you do that while it's moving? I've never tried.
Well, I mean,
it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I mean, if you just turn off your car in the middle of while it's driving, I guess.
I mean, like, does it even allow you to do that?
It probably does. If I'm saying, but maybe there's an option for this.
Oh yes, well, it is 86.
Ship.
It is 86.
It is 86. It's
fucking free for all. There's no safety features.
Well, at least it has seatbelts. Although she ain't wearing hers, Cap's like, I'm going to keep wearing my seatbelt. She's like, fuck me now. I'll take my seatbelt off.
I know. I'm like, lady, like, try to get this man's engine running. Like, for fuck's sake. Not just like, hey, fuck me. Like,
well, she's about to
run across a rooftop. Let him chase you for a couple days.
Cap says, my decision is no deal. I don't believe you're willing to throw your life away on something so fleeting as a few moments of pleasure.
I mean, at least he's saying that he would give her a few moments of pleasure.
He's learned a thing or two from Hercules and Namor.
I'm assuming he must have at some point in time.
But she calls him a cold fish, which I enjoy. I enjoy the cold fish comment.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, look, I don't trust you. You're
fair.
Out of your mind.
You're insane.
And because we're on an AIM ship, I know exactly where these parachutes are, so I'm about to jump off. And she's like, hang on, let me land it. So he's like, all right, bye. And she lands. And he runs off. He just books it.
Yeah.
Like he just books it as like ran in the middle of like a field.
Yeah.
A cornfield, and he just books it.
Yeah. He's like, I got to get out of here because this woman is insane.
But then she gets shot.
Yes. They're in a cornfield.
Yes.
Yeah. And then she gets shot and he's like, oh my God, that must be, the guy killing all the villains. And so Cap jumps this dude who has a shotgun, but it turns out just to be a farmer.
It's a farmer who thought it was aliens.
I mean, a giant bug ship did just land in his fucking corn.
And a pink lady and a guy and a Captain America came out.
Yeah.
And so Captain America, though, he jumps on top of this guy and he starts like pawing at his face.
Yeah, because the other guy had like a vinyl mask on. So
because the Scourge is using disguises.
Yeah, so he's like, this must not be real. And he's like, why are you doing this to my face?
He's like, stop, Captain America, grab my face. I can't believe this. America's grabbed my face. Why you grab my face? But he just shot. So he gets to Diamondback and Diamondback's like, oh, fuck me before I die. And he's like, you're fine.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm fading.
Yeah, I need I need a kiss.
Or whatever. And he's like, you just got shot in the shoulder.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's not great.
No, it's not.
No, she got shot with buckshot. That's like what? Like, that's not really like bullets. That's like pieces of bullets.
Yeah, it's like pellets.
Yeah.
I don't really know what buckshot is.
Yeah, it's not That's not something it's kind of like I would never saw it happen. Believe it or not, Benny would often walk around the train tracks near his house.
Sounds right.
And there was a train yard there, like a kind of like a hub of sorts or whatever. And apparently, if somebody caught you walking around there, the people would shoot you with buckshot full of like salt, and just that's how they would deter people.
Nice.
Betty, I don't think Ben ever got shot with the buckshot full of salt.
That's good.
But that's what I heard.
Interesting.
So now we're at the night, finally at the big night.
Yes.
Saturday night.
We're going to have the meeting.
We're going to have this meeting.
Yup.
So there's a bunch of people here.
Yes, there are. And then you get to see them all.
One of the guys here.
He's like, nobody cares.
Hellrazor.
I'm a shitty villain or whatever.
Well, because your name is Hellrazor.
But not like the fun kind.
No.
Not like Pinhead.
No, he's just Hellrazor, but like Razor.
Yeah.
Like Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
They're doing retina scans, and there's I think there's Birdman in the background coming in. But he doesn't look like a bird. He looks like just a man wearing trunks and a red space helmet. And you got Mirage here talking to Letha. Because he's like, oh, I heard you went legit. He's like, well, yeah, I'm actually a professional wrestler. I'm just here to get some vengeance.
Yeah, I love vengeance. Fair enough. Who doesn't?
And then Jaguar here is talking to, looks like Kraken, Commander Kraken. And he's like, Hydra's gone too conservative.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, what's going on with Hydra?
And then outside, you kind of got like some of these people talking. And I don't know who's talking to who. It's like a pulled back and somebody just goes, what do you call yourself? The gay 90s man? I think we're talking about Eternity Century.
Yes. Yes.
And then, it's like, I heard you're Birdman. I heard you were dead. It's like, no, that was Ape Man and Catman.
Ape Man
and Catman.
They had a Catman?
Yeah, but he was just a jobber.
Oh, he wasn't
like the DC Catman actually
he
has
wasn't like Wildcat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guys. And then another one just was like, hey, I fought She-Hulk.
Nice.
Some people come in here. I like Cyclone coming in, being like, "Hey, give me a fancy wine." That's Cyclone there.
I like because they do ask some suggestions, like what should we do? And
they talk about that, but you said you want to tell me.
Well, I know. I didn't know if you wanted to do that first.
Let's talk about this first, and then at the end you could tell me what you think these people do.
Yes.
So they do a roll call. And we're having this meeting, and Firebrand's like, yeah, there's been a bunch of murders, all these people, blah, blah, blah. And what do you think we should do? And so you get all sorts of suggestions.
Yeah, one of them is have the Avengers protect us.
Yes.
Which I thought was funny.
How about calling in S.H.I.E.L.D.? Let's kill all the superheroes. Actually, not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea, but
I
also...
feel like that's constantly the supervillain's goal, though, isn't it? It's like kind of like a tertiary goal, because your first goal is to commit crimes.
Right.
Second goal is world domination.
Right. Third, take out superheroes.
Take out as many of the superheroes.
Yeah.
One of the guys goes, challenge him to a duel.
Yes, you can do that.
I don't know who this is. I think it's Kraken.
Sure.
Put up an award. Let's call him into hiding.
I mean, you're kind of doing that now at this weird-ass bar, but...
Right. So as that's going on, what's his face? Everybody's like, okay, let's get this down. And the bartender, as I pointed out, just goes, yeah, I got a suggestion. Eat, let, and die.
And that's exactly what happens.
And so he shoots
just
all
unloads.
18. Yeah, because initially Firebrand was expecting like 50 people. Only 18 showed up.
Right.
And the bartender murders all these. He has double explosive bullet guns.
Yeah.
One of which he afterwards, because he's like holding it up and he's like, dead. They're all dead. Justice is served. He's taken off his bartender mask. We don't really see his face.
Nope.
And he has a whole like machine gun tucked in his pants.
Oh yeah.
It's impressive, actually.
It is actually.
I don't know how I've never seen anybody do that. I've never seen like John McClane
like shove a little Uzi in his pants.
Well, yeah, I use his pants. I was saying, but like he tucked it in between his belt and his jeans.
Oh, I get you.
That's kind of how this is here.
Yes.
Like, but taking like a whole like Uzi or anything like that. I mean, you're first of all, I mean, it's dangerous because you might shoot off something.
Oh yeah.
But because I've always seen you always got the cop put the gun in their back, the waistband or whatever.
Yes.
I would be worried that it would just fall down my pants.
That could happen.
I'd be like, no, my pants. Oh my God. And then just fall my leg. And it'd be dead.
Not my gun. Do you remember that story about the FBI agent who was like had his gun on him and he went dancing and it fell out of his pants and he like accidentally discharged?
Okay.
This is a while ago. It was like maybe.
Did he kill somebody?
I don't remember if it shot somebody or not, but he was like.
Like this was recent?
A couple of years ago. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Training isn't good at the FBI, apparently.
Apparently not. Apparently you could just like go cut a rug with your fucking gun in your pants. It'll just fall down.
Oh man, I can't wait to go to 70s night at T-Birds. Better put the gun in my pants and make sure it doesn't fall down.
Yep.
Whoops.
I
was doing the hustle and then I shot everybody. I shot somebody. So that's how the story ends.
Yes.
Next issue, which we will cover. Well, next issue, I guess in terms of the actual order of the stories, goes Amazing Spider-Man number 278, which has something in here, which I don't know. I mean, we can't read it. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll think about it because the one after this is the with the Scourge.
Yeah.
But it has Captain America 319. So we'll end on this.
Yes.
You tell me.
Oh boy.
These people. And what do you think some of these people do?
Okay, so these people.
There's a roll call the villains.
There's a bunch of villains, right?
You comment their appearance. I'm familiar with a bunch of these people.
Okay.
I'm not actually familiar with some of these people.
So I'm going to start over here. We're looking at Steeple Jack, who is wearing like a green and orange uniform with like a head. I thought he was shitty G.I. Joe. And then I'm going to go over here to Turner D. Century, and he just looks like an extra in either My Fair Lady or Mary Poppins.
Right.
And he would be horrified by the chimney sweep kids.
Which is, and then by the way, Turner Century, if you go back a couple episodes in this feed, you'll see an entry of us talking about it.
And then there's this Shell Shock guy who's wearing basically a Wolverine costume with the worst cowl. Like what?
It's a bad one because it's like he has like the pointy parts up top.
Yes.
But then there's also pointy parts
at the bottom
on his chin.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a catfish.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he fishes.
Okay.
That is his. Was
that Steeplejack?
Shell Shock.
Shell Shock. Okay.
And then we have the Vamp, who I assume is just Eartha Kitt.
Yes.
Because that's basically what she looks like. So I assume her power is purring words.
No, she's a vampire lady of some sort.
Boring.
But apparently decided to come out of the coffin and go to this meeting. Yeah,
well, to R.I.P. If she's a vampire, she shouldn't have died, by the way.
Well.
Then I'm going to look at this guy. He's shirtless, and apparently his name is Jaguar, but I assume he just does MMA.
Oh, okay.
And because he also looks like he's wearing the Rock's, The Rock's bull tattoo?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like he's wearing that as a necklace.
Yeah, that outfit I'm not familiar with because usually he's just her suit.
He's got blue boots. It's just a very odd one. Then we have Cyclone up here. I mean, I assume his power is Cyclone, but he kind of just looks like, I don't know, almost like a Reverse Flash if the Reverse Flash was blue.
He's the Blue Lantern Flash.
The Blue Lantern Flash. Then we have some dude named Mindwave who, I don't know, he looks like he made this costume out of like a couch.
Wait, is he the yellow guy?
He's green and it has a big M on his chest and then he has a yellow helmet. So it looks like he has just like...
Hey, let me see him again.
It looks like he just stole like a helmet out of an airplane and then like made the rest of his costume out of a couch.
That guy. Yeah.
That guy sucks. I'm assuming
that guy sucks.
That what he does is he thinks he has amazing power, but he really doesn't. And like nobody wants to talk to him.
Fair enough.
The Ringer kind of looks like he's wearing a tie with this costume.
Oh, okay.
He's got like bands around him.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's a ring.
He has ring-based energy powers.
So what does that mean? Like
he's the ringer.
But like he throws rings.
He shoots rings.
Is he 5 golden rings, man?
No,
is that the whole deal? Like he shows up at the fucking Christmas Carol and he's like, "Bah! 5 golden rings."
It's Bill Simmons' favorite supervillain.
I'm the only one who's not somehow bird-based in that stupid Christmas Carol. Speaking of birds, we have Birdman. Oh, Birdman. This is sad.
Birdman is sad.
Wow, he looks like a rooster with a cape. He also looks like he's a fat guy. I don't think that's... So I assume he just tells people when it's morning, since he's Birdman. And he looks like this is.
Do you think he sells chicken on the side too? Like he's kind of like Tommy Lee Jones in U.S. Marshals.
I assume so. I
can see that.
I assume what he does is in that, like, what is it, the Beekeeper movie where Jason Statham keeps actual bees?
Okay.
And he's also like fighting something.
Wait, so he does this for roosters? Or chickens?
I assume he also keeps chickens.
Okay.
He has a farm.
Well, not anymore. He bought the farm.
He bought the farm. Then there is the cheetah, who's just like a yellow guy, but he also kind of looks like a werewolf.
Oh, maybe that's the guy I'm thinking of.
This guy right here, the yellow dude.
Okay, no, that cheetah. I got cheetah and jaguar mixed up.
Oh, okay. No,
I got cheetah. If I thought cheetah, okay, cheetah. That's the guy who I'm like,
who's always furry.
Yeah,
because honestly, he just looks like a werewolf.
Yeah,
so
it's not great.
I assume his.
I don't know why the cheetah is. He doesn't have yellow or golden spots or whatever.
Spots. I would assume he just howls at people. He's holding a drink, so at least he got that.
Well, I do like some of the guys. There's that one guy in the very back just laying against the wall, just drinking because there's not enough seats in the bar.
Oh yeah, that's the shitty G.I. Joe.
Yeah, just Steeplejack.
Yeah. So then we also have Commander Kraken, who looks like a discount He-Man.
That's him. I'm not confused.
He's got long hair and he's got like the He-Man tights.
He's talking right there in the thing right on the panel right before.
Yeah, he looks like He-Man.
I don't understand because usually he kind of looks like
he's got AJ Styles hair. It's very nice.
Usually he has a much more slicked down, like he looks like a Peter Steele kind of slicked down hair.
Oh, okay.
And he's got like a red outfit where it actually looks like a sea captain.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not what's going on.
He has like a Kraken on his shirt.
Nope.
Here he just looks like a He-Man. I don't know why he looks like a He-Man all of a sudden.
I don't know. He's wearing like an orange shirt with purple tights. Everybody's wearing orange or yellow in this, or green, by the way, which is kind of odd.
There's some weird colors here.
Maybe they're just like, fuck it. Then there's a guy named Mirage.
What do you think of Mirage's costume?
It's not bad.
Did you see the previous page? You see how that you can get a better look at it. He's the one that's talking to Letha.
Oh yeah, no, the helmet's really sad. The cowl is sad.
I don't understand this helmet.
He's got handlebars.
Yes, I don't understand this helmet.
He's got handlebars, maybe.
Why?
Because he likes to give blowjobs? I don't know. Maybe that's the whole thing. He's like,
oh, no.
He's like, I am Mirage. Like, you don't see me coming, and then you just grab my handlebars, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Dude's dick.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's here for the glory hole. I don't know what he's doing.
You know what? If there's somewhere to have you, if there's a glory hole, it's definitely in the bar with no name.
100% there's a fucking glory hole there. And then there's Hellrazor in the back who's also drinking. And he's the sad guy who, by the way, he kind of looks like he should be in an 80s band with like the crisscross V-neck thing going on.
Yeah.
So I assume he has the power of Bret Michaels, which is just to wear bandanas and be bald.
But he has so much hair.
Right now. So did Bret Michaels.
It's true, he did.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nah, man, not anymore. So I was confused by this guy because I thought his name was the Grappler, but it's the Grappler.
Yeah, it's the Grappler.
And he's wearing, I don't know, he's got
purple. He's a purple guy.
He's just wearing a cowl with a cape and some purple undies.
I know he fought She-Hulk at one point.
How?
I don't know. I mean, he might be the guy outside talking he wrestled with She-Hulk, but clearly.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
good for you, buddy, I guess. Then there's the Rapier.
I think he's the guy that asked for a duel.
He must be. I don't see a sword, though. He's got blue hair for some reason.
It's black hair, probably.
Well, looks blue. And he looks like he's wearing like big, like Elton John sunglasses.
Right.
So I assume he has the power of the piano. Maybe he plays it with a sword. I don't know. Then there's a guy named the Hijacker, and I just assume that he's, what's that guy who got on the plane and then jumped off and they never found him again?
Oh, D.B. Sweeney?
Yeah.
Or D.B. Cooper. Sorry.
He's D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper. I always forget which one's the actor. Is it D.B. Sweeney or D.B. Cooper?
D.B. Cooper.
So that's the criminal.
Yeah. I assume that is, that's what he's doing. He's
right there. Yeah, they should have asked him.
A melted face in this picture anyway. At least that's what it looks like, just the way he's drawn. So I assume when he jumped out, he must have hit the engine. And that R.I.P.D.
Oh no, my face!
Yeah, R.I.P.D. my face.
Thank God this helmet's nearby. I could put it on.
Yeah, and now he's just wearing burgundy. No, nothing going on this costume, by the way. Just burgundy.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
I mean, well, it's a far shot, so you don't got all the intricacies
it's
there.
True.
But.
He also kind of looks like he's just wearing a Zentai suit.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then we have Letha, and she looks like she is a Viking. So she's also wearing like what's in now, which is those like garters with like the elastic thingies that don't actually have like stockings.
The thing
for her.
Wait, so here's the thing about Letha that I learned. First of all, she looks exactly like Valkyrie, like the old school Valkyrie, the Marvel comics.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, except she doesn't have like her hair braided.
Right.
She's just got like big long hair.
Yeah.
But also apparently at one point before she got her super strength, she was so according to her origin, she was a wrestler, and she wasn't making enough money because the men were making more money.
Yeah.
Right. And so the lady wrestlers was like, we want, we got to do something to supplant this. And so she's with her trainer, who's kind of like a fabulous moolah kind of person.
Oh, so she's what, turning her out?
I think so. She's definitely, there's not much turning her out, but doing crimes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like that kind of thing. Crimes. So they hooked up with a guy at Roxxon Oil who apparently is a big mark.
Oh, all right.
Like it even kind of says like he's a big fan, and he's like, hey, lady wrestlers, why don't you do some crimes for us? We'll pay you. Why don't you go to like Project Pegasus and like AIM or whatever and just start like smashing their machines?
Nice.
They don't have superpowers yet, but she gave her those straps, which I don't know what those straps do, but they're just there. Maybe
they just make her extra strong.
I don't know.
Because honestly, she just looks like a Viking, which to me means she has the power of opera.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because so I assume she's just going to sing her way out of this.
Okay.
R.I.P. to all of these villains.
Yeah,
they are all dead now.
That's the crew.
But how does the vamp die? If she's supposed to be a vampire,
I don't know if she's like.
Can you shoot a vampire? I mean, you can shoot one, but it's not going to die.
I don't know if she's like a vampire per like traditional means.
Oh,
she might be like a chemical vampire.
All right, fair enough. Because I was like, I don't know, maybe you can like shoot a vampire with the sun ray. That would kill them.
I mean, you could do
regular bullets.
Yeah, you could shoot her with a bullet that was
made of the sun.
Made of the sun, like a sun bullet.
Yeah, I'm sure
you can shoot
that's
her.
A thing.
Here's what you do: you take some sun chips, you put it in a bullet.
Oh, okay.
And you shoot her.
And then you shoot her. Like if you crumple sun chips.
Because it has the word sun in it.
Yes, and throw them at a vampire. It also works with sunflowers.
Ooh, nice.
Sunflower seeds. This is not advice
Sunbeam raisins.
This is not
Sun-Maid.
This is not actual advice for getting away from a vampire. So
yeah,
if you use these things and you die from vampire, that's not my fault.
Look, if a vampire goes into a subway restaurant, you pick up those sun chips, you throw it at them.
Yeah.
You will be a hero.
You will be a hero. You will.
That's exactly how it works.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I've actually looked that up because now I'm trying to figure out, because I think she's one, because there's at one point in a couple of years from obviously now, like in the 2000s or something, there's an issue of the Punisher where a lot of these heroes come back and are brought back to kill the Punisher via the Hood, who's some character that I'm not that familiar with. And they go around and some of them actually do get to stick around. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of them just end up being dead again.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for listening, everybody. That's Captain America 319, by the way. June, I think did I say June or July?
I don't remember. A month.
It is a month of a year, July 1986. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, all those places. I'm sorry, actually, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Check us out on Blue Sky. I'm at Angry Hero. Jen's on there somewhere.
Yep, at Jen Stansfield.
At Jen Stansfield.
All the things, except Twitter. I'm not on there anymore.
Yeah. Don't go to Twitter.
I killed my Twitter, which was really sad because I had that fucking Twitter account since like 2010.
Oh, I've had that, as long too.
I was like, RIP my Twitter account, but that's okay. Probably better.
Yeah.
I don't need to be looking at Twitter.
I'm still on Twitter and I still promote the show there. So if that's a place you need to be to get things, then great.
Yep.
But also, please email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com. Rate and review the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get this show. And we would love to hear from you and what you think of what we're doing. So once again, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.